Does the Old Testament show God's love? In the Book of Mormon, Nephi testified that God loveth his children. He also testified that God doeth not anything save it be for the benefit of the world. For he loveth the world, even that he layeth down his own life, that he may draw all men unto him. Considering that many of Nephi's views of God likely came from the plates of brass, which contained much of our Old Testament, one may wonder how Nephi saw such a loving God, when some people today sometimes see an angry God in the Bible. Nephi's view of God suggests the possibility that the Old Testament really does depict God as loving, and that some people today may have missed the verses in the Bible that show God's love for humanity. The Old Testament contains over 5,500 verses that show God's love for his children. This means that roughly 1 out of every 4 verses in the Old Testament tells us about God's love. This information suggests that part of the reason people see God as being angry in the Old Testament is simply because they have not noticed all the verses that show God's love. Verses such as Exodus 33 verse 14, where God reassures us that my presence shall go with thee, and I will give thee rest. Or verses like Jeremiah 31 verse 3, where God says that I have loved thee with an everlasting love. We too can read the Old Testament the way the Nephites seem to have read it, and notice the many verses that describe God's love for us. As we do, we might come to see the Old Testament differently, and maybe feel God's love in our own lives as well. And now you know why.